Ich will meine Seele. Ich will meine Seele tauchen in der Kelch der Lilie hinein. My name is Ragnar Kjartansson. I'm an artist. I'm sensitive and important. I've been working a lot with music and performances and theater. And mainly I'm really interested in pretending in my art. Because I think it's such a strong human way of communicating. And it's so close to the truth. My heroes are Marina Abramovic, Chris Burden, and Karli Schneemann, and Heinrich Heine, and Queen, and, you know, Mozart. Yeah, the performance room in the Tate is a very peculiar space. It's this white room that has no character just beside the turbine hall. Kind of feels like a school room or interrogation room. And then I'm gonna go there, you know, do my arty thing, and then perform for kind of just the void. Because there's just going to be nobody there. It's going to be people in cyberspace, which sort of feels like performing for the void. So it feels poetic to be performing for nothing.
welcome to the performance room. I'm very happy to be here with Ragnar Kjartansson, who has transformed this room completely with painting it Rococo dining style. And I guess we didn't know how long it would take you all to eat a piece of steak. You were getting through it there. This was like an antidote to Carolee Schneemann's Meat Joy. You called it variations on Meat Joy, but it couldn't be more different.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, it's not the 60s anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, and...
What year is it?
I don't know.
Around 17. We're somewhere in the 18th century.
Or, because, I mean, Meat Joy, Carolee Schneemann's Meat Joy is one of my favorite pieces. There's like the idea of the body and the carnal and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they were writhing around with chicken carcasses and stuff naked.
Yeah.
We wondered if this was going to kind of unfold in that direction, but you kept it quite polite.
Yeah, it's just like the carnal inside, It's just, it's basically the joy of eating meat. This one's, about, but also the theatrical aspect of it. Because I'm raised in the theater, and I always love this idea, like when you do something totally real in a theater set and in a costume, it becomes absolutely, it's like you're pretending to eat meat, although you're eating meat.
But you really wanted that viscerality of actually chewing on it and eating it and having to swallow and digest it. Yeah. Although not so much joy, it looked like.
It was
solemn.
It was kind of meat, joyful melancholia, or some melancholia, true. Meat melancholia.
Yeah. It's been retitled.
Yeah.
I forgot to say, actually, we've been getting quite a lot of questions and comments in, but you can send in questions through Twitter, Facebook, or Google+, as well as through YouTube. And quite a lot of people have commented already. Lilymond at Lilymond Arts has said, BMW Tate Live, exciting performance party a la 1799. Vanity is ancient as humanity. Men in wigs are quite sexy. Oh. There we are. That's her opinion.
I think so too. I really think so too.
The makeup's good too.
Yeah. I think it's like horrible that, I really missed makeup in our culture. I mean,
yes.
I used to put a makeup on a lot when I was in a band, but it's always like a big gesture to put on makeup.
Yeah, men don't get to wear it so much, so I think it's good that you're bringing that in.
Yeah.
And also as a kind of continuum with how you've transformed the room with painting. Because the whole thing in a way is a painted tableau vivant, and that is the way you've worked a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always kind of worked from painting in a way. And that we are in a painting here, and that's also why I probably love Rococo so much, because it's really an era when people kind of looked at themselves as a painting or a sculpture.
Yeah, so there's a greater possibility of self-transformation. Yeah,
or even like everybody looked the same, but they were just like always kind of part of a painting or something.
Yeah, a continuum with their wallpaper.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. Reggie Prim in Minneapolis has asked, are the costumes and colours true to the period?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I don't know what the period is. It's,
It's a kind of fantasy of Rococo.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, it's like, I was painting this with my friends and we were all just doing like...
In 3 days, and it was quite impressive, I think.
It's all kind of gibberish Rococo, It's like how we...
Rococo mashup.
Yeah.
Someone's asked, is burping encouraged? Are we watching formalities? And that was from Konstantinos Alexandrou. And Diana Sanford in Kent asked, did you practice eating that slowly?
I was just trying to keep, because Sam, who's sitting up beside me, he's like a famous slow eater. So I was just trying to,
He was like your marksman.
He was like my marksman. I was like keeping up with Sam.
Actually, I mean, I would say you're eating at a normal pace. It's just that on YouTube, everything seems normally things kind of speeded up your attention.
It's just so long and annoying to, to watch people at stake. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Why did you choose Annelies Tamir Bolo in Amsterdam has asked, why did you choose to set this dinner in the 18th century?
Yeah, probably because of, I wanted to do this piece which was like it was like a homage or a variation on Meet Joy, and I wanted to do a piece. I mean, basically the piece started with I wanted to do a piece that was total theater, and also like coming here and seeing this white space. It's kind of the most characterless space you can imagine.
Yeah. So it's normally just a very plain white gallery space that has changing works in it.
And I was kind of thrilled about changing it completely into a theatrical room, and somehow like Rococo is such a appropriate period because it's just so theatrical and it's also so superficial. And eating meat is like carnal and internal, and it's totally this oppositions between kind of the Rococo manner and
this animal thing of eating semi-raw meat.
And also like if we'd been in like regular clothes eating meat, then it would have been a conceptual piece about eating meat.
Yeah.
But this is more about the theatricality of
especially within the architecture of Tate Modern, this kind of stripped back aesthetic that's more honest. This very highly painted decoration is quite a change.
Now that Tate has the Imperial Room.
Absolutely, I would like to keep it. Comment Mab from Twitter, Mab Mora. No eye contact with either diner companions or camera. Was that a deliberate choice of how you ask people to behave?
No.
It's just a sense of decorum that you wanted against that animal thing of the eating. Yeah,
it was basically just like I told everybody to enjoy the steak, and kind of if you want to be in contact, you can be in contact. But
there's a little bit of flirtation between this couple, I thought.
Yeah, there's something happening there.
I've noticed that.
and there was what was the question again?
Oh, it was about the eye contact and stuff.
Yeah. It was it was just, I think everybody just forgot themselves in the steak. Yeah.
Yes. And someone else asked, no salad. Somebody from Iceland, whose name I'm finding it a little bit difficult to pronounce.
Hlynur Haldsson, Akureyri. Hello, Hlynur. Hello, blessaður.
Thank you.
Well, it's a great artist.
You do better than me.
There's a great artist from Akureyri in Iceland.
Well, he wants to know where the salad was.
Yeah.
You wanted just the meat.
Yeah. I was once with a cowboy in Alberta, and he was offered salad, and he said like, I don't eat what food eats.
So you wanted the
but it's basically
pure
just
energy.
Pure energy. It's just the aesthetics of eating meat. It's flesh on flesh,
because that was the thing you wanted from this was the sound of chewing. That's why these microphones were all around. Because you've often before, and you've been in a band and used music, and this kind of simulation of looping in your work sometimes, like video transposed into live form. But here you just wanted the soundtrack to be that chewing. Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to be it's a camera piece for chewing. For flesh. Camera piece for flesh. Flesh on YouTube. Sorry, trying to find. Somebody's comment, Mariana Massieri, has said, these guys are not needing a smartphone not to talk. I see. Yeah, because often people sit silently and look at their smartphones.
Yeah, I think people did it before. Now we blame the smartphones. But I think it's just because
they're just a prop.
We just all hate each other. That's why we just all in the smartphone.
I thought there was some good boredom going on amongst some of your diners. Deliberate looking.
Yeah.
Those who finished their steak early.
Yeah, that's the hard part. That's why I followed Sam. I was so scared to finish.
To finish too early.
Yeah, then you don't know. Then it's so boring. Yeah.
It's interesting actually because we didn't know how long it would take to eat the steak.
No, yeah.
And actually it took quite a long time, and it kind of dragged the tableau into this state of duration a little bit more. That had more in common with the 60s.
Yeah, it became 60s.
That was the only bit you
time.
had, You went a bit 60s there.
Yeah. It's all,
no nakedness,
but...
a bit of duration.
Yeah, it's like...
And I wondered if you could just say something about your use of opera and theatricality in your work in general. I mean, as a art form that's so antithetical to contemporary art in a way, what is it that draws you back to that?
I think what draws me in is like, you know, is like that theater is so unreal, but at the same time so real, and this you know, this element of pretending, because, you know, visual art is always about being true. I remember, like, I was always scolded when I was in art school, like, your works are not truthful enough.
Really?
Yeah, and
what, in a kind of
I don't know,
modernist logic, truth to materials kind of way?
Yeah.
What were you doing at art school? You came from making paintings.
I was making, like, you know, pretentious paintings. So they were.
What were they of?
They
Abstract
were like
and figurative.
Yeah, they were usually figurative. Yeah, and of. Yeah, I cannot draw abstract. It's impossible for me.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to. This is the most abstract I can go with Rococo patterns, but I've always liked it because, you know, theater is also a way of reality, a way of how we communicate with each other, the pretense, and it's almost like because it's always looked at as something negative, like when we pretend and when we act and all that stuff.
But you like the permission it gives you.
Yeah, and I think it's always like it's what we humans are about. We're always putting on some kind of a show, and being raised in that world, it has always been fascinating, and I was always fascinated by the theater itself, but never the story in the theater or anything.
So just that suspension of disbelief that you like,
yeah,
that you can kind of use generatively.
Yeah, just this, you know, like seeing my mother like super annoyed, and then the next second she was like, hello, you know, that element, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's asked, Mary McMillan from Durham has asked, what's it like directing a performance and being in it without being able to see your audience? It's obviously in a normal theatre situation.
That's
that reciprocity.
Yeah, that's like what I feel about this performance. It almost feels as, that's why I'm intrigued about performing, you know, doing this performance with these great people for the internet, that we're doing a performance, but it feels like we're just eating a steak. And because cyberspace feels very unreal for me.
Do you look at stuff online?
I just think it's like the people outside, like pretending to
making it up. You don't think it's really there?
No, I don't think anybody watched it.
Out there. Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll never know.
Yeah.
If anyone else outside this room exists.
Yeah. That's the big question.
It's a philosophical question. That's key to this program, I think.
It is.
Somebody else has asked, Maria Castella from Madrid has asked, is there a time limit to your performance? If duration wasn't an issue, would you have gone on eating the steaks forever?
This was probably one of the shortest performances I've ever did. You know.
Yeah. I've
done performances that took half a year, and so this was like a really short performance, I thought.
Be interesting to see where it went if you kept on eating steaks for 24 hours. The vomit, just keep them on piling. And then we would just all You all looked a little bit like it was getting a bit much already after 20 minutes.
Yeah. Was it 20 minutes?
I think so,
wow.
Yeah, just over, yeah.
Wow, that's long.
Was it a chewy steak?
It was a good steak. It was, you know, it had the right texture, you know.
That's good. We did try.
Yeah.
There's another comment that I'm afraid I can't read from Iceland.
It's from Halldór Bragason. He's a bluesman from Iceland.
Uh-huh.
And he says, bon appetit.
Ah,
that's all he
very
says.
Nice.
Very
a little
nice.
bit late.
A little bit late.
But thank you anyway.
Yeah, but in Iceland, when we say bon appetit, it's like, may it be good for you.
Oh, I see. So there's still time.
You can say it after.
There's still time while you're digesting.
Yeah, may you have good digestion.
A special digestive drink. Yeah. Eddie Jones from Surrey has asked, which film directors inspire you? I love how the camera roams head height across as if we're gorging with them.
Yeah, I think that kind of. That kind of feeling was, we called it the Martin Scorsese feeling. Like when we were setting up the performance, we were thinking about two angles.
Yeah.
it was either this angle that we have now, which is like where you take in the whole room, and we call that like the Ben Hur shot. And then when we went down, it's more like kind of, you know, it's like, you know,
amongst them,
like becoming, you know, Martin Scorsese like. But I love so many filmmakers. It's just, you know, yeah. Where can I begin?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, we have time to go through the whole range of influences.
Yeah.
But there's another question. I think we've only got time for one more.
Yeah.
From Jessica Taylor in Bath, who's asked, "What is your favourite kind of performance art, and what's been your biggest influence, in performance?" Was it Carolee?
Yeah, I mean Carolee is a big influence.
Carolee Schneemann.
Yeah, and Marina is a big influence.
Marina Abramović.
Yeah, Marina Abramović. And
the
Chris.
Recent.
Yeah, also the recent. Because like I thought like the recent ones really kind of changed how you perceive performance art. Because she broke all her rules. Because with the old Marina pieces, it was always about the artist as the hero. And then when she did these pieces, you know, where you just make actors.
Yeah, like where she sat in the MoMA.
When she sat in the MoMA and she made the retrospective with the actors.
With actors playing her younger.
And that really
roles.
kind of broke down this
it's true, yeah.
This palace of 60s, 70s performance art into
because it was so much about authenticity and her own pain, and then to have it faked by actors.
Yeah, it's not fake. Yeah, everybody can do it. Yeah, performance art is easy. Everybody can do it.
That's a good line.
So
catchphrase of our department.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I mean, these are like the old heroes, but
those
of
are
course,
classic.
My classic Hannes. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I think actually we've run out of time, sadly, but thank you ever so much for answering questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. And thank you to people for watching, and come back to the next performance room, which is in December. Thanks.